we're being invited into a relationship where we hear his voice and we know him and we can actually enjoy him and we can partner with him in the transformation that he's doing in us, making us like Jesus, conforming us to the image of his son. And so I'll just leave you with this. This is actually an excerpt from the beginning of the book, and John is talking about how vital it is that we learn to embrace that the Lord is speaking, and that we walk in discernment as far as our hearts go, our internal life, just in our day-to-day lives, that we really are guarding our heart and making sure that what we are agreeing with is who God is and what he says about us, and not just agreeing with all these broken things that are going to constrict our life with God. A big way that we partner with the Lord in our transformation is agreeing that he does speak and stepping into this life that opens itself to the voice of the Lord. And so this is what John is speaking about. He said, "My friends, this is what God is up to. This is where our shepherd is headed. Whatever else is going on in our lives, this is going on. He is committed to our transformation. So if this is what God's up to, wouldn't it make sense that we would be more intentional about partnering with him in our transformation? I can't begin to number the disasters God has averted by walking with him, by hearing his voice, the things he stopped me from saying, the choices I would have made had he not intervened. And I would add to that the life that God has led him into, and the surprises and the joy and the fulfillment by John being open to hearing his voice, listening to his leading, obeying the voice of the Holy Spirit." And he finishes this section simply by saying, "I want to walk with God." And friend, I believe you do too. Even if you were told a long time ago that, sure, God saved you, but he's never going to speak to you again, or he's not that personally involved in your life, or he's not that much up in your business, I'm here to tell you about this book because I believe that you long for this too, that you long for an intimacy with the Father. You want to hear his voice. When we come into Christ, we all have that desire that this God of the universe is speaking and he's moving, he's doing something. His kingdom is advancing, and I can be part of that. And so I'm sharing this book with you because if this is a desire of your heart and you feel like you're not walking in it, you're not hearing the voice of the Lord, or you feel like you've been disqualified or you don't have access to it, this book is going to speak truth into that very place in your heart and show you how it looks in one person's life to walk with God intimately in the day-to-day existence, in the day-to-day details, and how much life we have access to here and now being God's son or daughter.